Unwavering focus. The term unwavering indicates an unwieldy resolve, a refusal to compromise or falter in a decision or goal. The thirst for learning, the drive for knowledge must not be fatigable for those who aspire to wealth. Be unwavering in your work ethic. You must demand nothing less than your personal best every day. Remain unwavering in your ambitions and goals. Do not limit your potential by restraining your own aspirations. There may be loved ones in your life who are not supportive of your pursuit of prosperity. Their lack of support often does not stem from malice, but rather from a fear that your success will magnify their perceived personal failures. These individuals may have abandoned their own dreams, choosing to fill their time with distractions like television and video games. They may retreat from reality as their failure is too overwhelming. Yet, there is no need for confrontation or harsh words with these individuals. Simply lessen your time around them. Allocate your hours to those who support and cheer you on. If there are few such individuals in your life who are like this, supporting and cheering you on, venture out and make new connections, both in person and online. Internal barriers. Though non-supporters can indeed present a hurdle on your journey, most barriers will originate from within you. Being aware of your external impediments is valuable, but identifying and acknowledging the hurdles you put up yourself is even more critical. If you are earnest about transforming your life for the better, it is necessary to scrutinize potential negative habits that could impede your progress. Every action or inaction, every thought or lack thereof, either propels you closer to your goal or distances you from it. Tell me, does partying, doing drugs, and drinking take you closer to your goals or further away? Do unhealthy, processed foods full of sugar and refined carbohydrates improve your energy levels or decrease them? Will low energy levels take you closer to your goals or further away? Will a lack of knowledge in your given field take you closer to your goals or further away? How about poor sleep quality or duration? How about exercise? How about laziness or a lack of discipline? Your life matters, and your life is nothing but the sum of its moments. Thus, each moment matters. Your life matters. Do not waste time, as your time is your life, and your life is far too valuable to waste. Sustaining momentum. Once you have effectively eliminated the barriers, both internal and external, it becomes essential to reaffirm your goal of amassing wealth daily. A brief journaling session every morning can work wonders. For a few minutes, pen down your objectives and your reasons for seeking financial freedom. If you dedicate just a few moments in the morning and/or evening to reaffirm your objectives, your mind will remain perpetually fixated on your goals, staying motivated and always knowing where it is that you need to concentrate and move towards. This is a simple task, requiring little time, but these few moments where you remind yourself what your goals are could substantially boost your motivation, drive, and ultimately your success. Accumulating wealth is no easy feat. It demands an abundance of desire, action, motivation, learning, commitment, discipline, and the list goes on. Nevertheless, you must endure these challenges, as this is the only pathway to success. Your devotion will not only yield benefits for you, but also for your family, friends, and community. Being wealthy empowers you to extend aid to others. Being impoverished, on the other hand, limits your ability to effect significant change. This is not to downplay the value of volunteering your personal time, but your personal volunteering time alone cannot scale to feed the hungry, construct homes for the homeless, provide internet access and computers to remote areas, or provide medicine to those in need. Your time being volunteered is helpful. It is much better than nothing. But while many can donate time, only a few can donate money. Think about it. What would be more effective for you as an individual? To spend all of your days and weeks helping build some water well? Or to spend your time building a business or being a high-income earner at a job and earning significant wealth? And then you can go hire 100 people to spend their days building water wells. Not only would you accomplish 100 times as much in terms of doing what you want to do with the volunteer time, you would also be doing much more meaningful work with your work time, meaning actually doing work that a high-income individual would do. Anyone can use their hands and build a water well. Not many people can do high-value work. So the actual way you are literally spending your time is more valuable. You would also provide meaningful employment for 100 people. Becoming wealthy may at times seem or feel selfish, but at times, short-term self-interest can serve long-term selflessness. You focus on generating income now, so in the future, you can leverage your money to help others far more than volunteering your personal time ever could. Consider the example of Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men in history. In the late 1800s, public libraries in America, and the world for that matter, were scarce. Many towns and cities either lacked a library entirely or required a monthly fee, which of course excluded the less privileged. Carnegie recognized the transformative power of information and believed that free and plentiful access to information and knowledge could usher in a better world. With his wealth, he built an astonishing 2,509 public libraries, open to all at no charge. His contributions to the early 20th century were arguably as impactful as the advent of the internet in the 21st century. The next time someone tries to discourage you with cliches like, money isn't everything, or more money, more problems, or money is the root of all evil, remind yourself of the profound positive impact that money can enable. Money itself is neither good nor bad. It is what you do with it. Do you ever hear a small voice within you whispering, telling you that you can do more? You can give more, achieve more, contribute to this world more. Listen to that voice, for it is speaking the truth. You are not living up to your full potential. You are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. Stop holding yourself back. The unlocking principle. Do you want to uncover the key to true happiness? It lies in following that small voice inside your head that says you can do something more. When you suppress this inner voice and attempt to fit into a comfortable, average existence, you will live in quiet discontent. However, when you nurture this voice, when you acknowledge your potential for more and pursue it, you will find freedom and happiness. The greatest disappointment is not the failures we encounter, but our failure to venture and even try in the first place. Do not deceive yourself into thinking a small salary increase will bring you happiness long term. Do not convince yourself that you are content merely because you have received a minor pay bump. Keep your gaze firmly fixed ahead, relentlessly pursuing your potential. Do not squander another moment in complacency. The power of action. If you approach a financial advisor, somebody who talks about and thinks about money literally for a living, it is this person's job to advise you about financial matters. What will this professional financial advisor tell you? Well, here's how you save money and here's how you invest the money that you don't have. That's it. Save more money and then take that little money that you have and go invest it here. They will not even mention earning more, which is the true core fundamental component to wealth. Earning. As if your income is beyond your control, they just don't even mention it. Like increasing your income doesn't exist. But if you desire to earn more, you need to adopt frugality, not with your money, but with your time and energy. You cannot afford to expend every waking moment thinking about investing the little money that you have or penny pinching. Again, I am not saying that you should be irresponsible with your money. Of course, you need to be prudent with your money, particularly when you don't have a lot of money. But you need to spend as little time as possible thinking about saving, and you cannot spend too much time on investing when you don't have any money. You need to focus as much time as possible on earning more money. Here is a simple metric to gauge if you are working hard enough. Do you know what today is? Do you know what day of the week it is? Do you know what day of the month it is? This may not apply to every profession. Of course, it does not apply to every profession. For some jobs, you obviously need to know the date and what day of the week it is. However, if your work does not revolve around the date and knowing what day it is, there is no need for you to keep this information in your head. That is information taking up memory in your brain. I do not want any useless information in your brain. I want your brain completely full of income-generating ideas and activities. Use this as a yardstick to evaluate your work ethic. If you are forgetting other things that you typically remember because all of your brain, all your memory, all of your focus and concentration is on income generation, that's a good thing. You should be forgetting the day, the date, your plans. And by the way, this is why we need to write things down. This is why we have calendars. This is why we have note-taking applications. You should be forgetting many small things because you are so consumed and engaged with work. Your mind is intensely focused on production and moving forward. Here is something interesting. Faster readers tend to retain more information and can read for longer periods of time compared to slower readers. At first glance, this may seem counterintuitive. Faster reading requires more cognitive work, and thus duration should be less when compared to slower reading. Similarly, faster reading allows for less time to absorb and process each word, and thus retention should be less. Yet, somewhat amazingly, the opposite is true. This is because faster readers stay more engaged with the content. They are absorbing more information within a set time frame, and thus the reader stays entertained. The slower reader, absorbing less information, tends to lose focus and become bored and distracted. There is not enough stimulus to keep the individual engaged. As humans, we are always in pursuit of more knowledge and more success. The more swiftly we receive this knowledge and success, the more engaged and interested we become. When people get bored or lose focus, they often conclude they are not capable of this goal, or have attention deficit disorder, or ADHD, or are overworked and they need a holiday, or they just lack the discipline. Most often, the reality is the complete opposite. Their brain is just operating at a pace too rapid to engage with the speed at which that person is moving. Your brain is signaling that it is capable of and wants more. It is not receiving the stimulus it needs, and therefore, your brain is getting bored. And it is telling you it's bored. It is not receiving the stimulus. So, while the usual response for many is to lessen their workload or just give up, what they really should be doing is looking at ways to move faster, to increase their workload, and thus give their brain the stimulus it needs to stay engaged and entertained as well as motivated. Give your brain something to get thrilled about. Imagine for a moment, just play a little game with me. If you were accomplishing 10 times as much per day through, say, a combination of working a couple more hours, becoming more efficient and focused, and having several personal assistants whom you could delegate personal and business tasks to, what used to be a week-long project for you could now be finished in a couple hours. What used to take a month may now be finished in 2 days. If you were moving at this speed, your brain would have so much more stimulus. It would have so much more to be excited about. Additionally, you would be accomplishing 10 times more. You would feel an overwhelming sense of satisfaction, of success. You are likely capable of much more than you are currently doing. Your brain knows this deep down. If you want to excite your brain and increase your energy, aim to do more, not less. By the way, this applies to all desirable areas of your life, like exercise, overall health, personal relationships, intimate relationships, contribution to your society, etc. Do more. Your brain will thank you. The value of your time. Begin by jotting down everything that occupies your time. Then categorize these into tasks that either advance or do not advance you to your goal of becoming exceptionally wealthy. Please pause and do that right now. After this, aim to evade, assign, or delay activities that are unproductive. Again, we are defining that as not taking you closer to your goal of wealth. Routine tasks such as laundry, cleaning, shopping, and washing dishes are necessary at some point for someone to do in some capacity, but they certainly do not contribute to your wealth accumulation. How can you sidestep, delegate, or delay these activities? If your finances permit, the most straightforward and obvious solution is to employ someone else to handle these tasks for you. If you have a supportive partner, they may be willing to help. If neither of these scenarios apply, what are your options? Purchase more clothes to reduce the frequency of laundry. Use disposable dishes to cut down on dishwashing. Buy items in bulk so you do not need to buy them and therefore shop as often. Purchase things online that you may typically purchase in person. Maintain cleanliness so that your place does not need to be cleaned as often. However, remember, these are temporary measures. Your ultimate goal should be to generate sufficient income to afford professional help. When it comes to leisure activities like watching TV and playing video games, delay them, at least at excess. I understand they can be good for relaxation and perfectly acceptable in small amounts if you enjoy them. But taking an entire day or half day to sit on your behind and watch TV? Not something we should be doing if we have a goal of wealth accumulation. Your favorite show or favorite video game will be there tomorrow and next week and next month. There is zero reason that you have to do it right now. Prioritize your business endeavors and postpone other things. There are obvious exceptions. You need to maintain your mental health and should allocate a reasonable amount of time to spend with your significant other, friends, and family. Similarly, while exercise may take away some time today, in the medium term, it will help improve your energy levels, help with stress reduction, and long term, it will increase your health span and lifespan. A high-quality exercise routine may allow you to be productive and work an extra 10 to 20 years. Or, if you succeeded in becoming wealthy, then you can enjoy an extra 10 to 20 years of high-quality retirement, where you still have energy and strength and stamina, and you can go travel the world doing whatever you want to do. Also, your investments will get an extra 10 to 20 years to compound, so we do not want to sacrifice our health in the short term. The art of earning. So far, we have dealt primarily on shaping the mindset of an upper-class, wealthy individual. Let us now transition to the next step, acquiring the necessary skills. You may find there is much you need to learn, but that is completely normal and understandable, and to be expected. Most people embark on this journey without a clear roadmap. They do not necessarily already possess a highly precise skill that will immediately start making them millions of dollars. But with some time, lots of hours of practice, and some guidance, you will achieve your goal. Often, the initial thought after setting a large financial goal is, okay, I want to be rich. I do not know how to do that. I do not know how to make more money, or at least a significant amount more money. That's a good point. If you do not know how to generate more income, chances are you won't, at least not in the short term. This journey is all about pushing boundaries and exploring new frontiers. Even if you are unsure on day one how to increase your income, it is still important to get started. What does that mean? You need to develop the habit of working a few more hours, or working on that side project. If you are currently in a profession where you are not being paid that much, and you know there is not a path to earn a lot of money in your current profession, you need to get in the habit of working on a side business. While long-term, it is extremely important to be confident you are running in the correct direction, obviously. On day one, to be honest, it's irrelevant what direction you are running. The important thing on day one is to just get started. I literally do not care what you are doing. You need to do something, anything you need to get moving just to get productive. You need to build momentum. Often, just by getting started very quickly, a path will become more clear. You often, within days, will see, oh, what I should really be doing is this. Or you might see, okay, what I'm doing here, this is kind of working, but this part is not working. So we're going to cut out this part. We're going to keep doing this part. You will be able to refine your path, or as you're thinking about it while you start working, you'll realize, oh, I'm running completely the wrong direction, and you're going to change course. But you have the momentum, you have developed the habit of now working a couple hours on this extra thing, this extra project, and it is an order of magnitude more easy to switch from one project to another project than it is to go from zero, nothing, I'm going to sit on my behind and watch TV all day, to now I'm going to go be productive on this new project. Again, focus on building the habit and the routine of working and production. This is the most important thing in the beginning. Over time, it will become more clear which direction you should be pushing. Once you get your momentum going and are not just lounging around all day, it is now time to take the next step, developing the skill of recognizing where the money is. Where's my money? Then, how to navigate there and claim a little share for yourself, or maybe even a big share. This is not a metaphor. I actually mean this. You need to develop the skill of learning where the money is. You need to assess numerous professions and fields and accurately identify where the wealth lies. What do I mean? Professions like being a high school teacher, or a firefighter, or a policeman are noble, respectable, and admirable jobs. They are jobs that contribute significantly to societal well-being. However, if your goal is wealth accumulation, you should avoid considering jobs like these like a plague. You might not be inclined towards internet marketing or high-ticket item sales or the finance, real estate, or medical industries, yet these professions and industries could potentially yield extremely high incomes, sometimes with minimal to no initial financial investment or time requirements like going to college and getting a diploma. Hence, hone the skill of correctly identifying where the money is and estimating how much money is in each of these skills and professions. After identifying where the money is, the next step is figuring out, of the available options, where you would be most happy. Maybe you hate the stock market, and you hate the medical industry. Oh, a bunch of people trying to scam old, poor people. No, we don't need that. But real estate, on the other hand, I kind of like real estate. I could do real estate. Or say you dislike real estate and are technically not proficient enough to do well in internet-based jobs like internet marketing. But you can, or believe you can, sell a product extremely well in person. Welcome to high-ticket item sales. The goal here is compromise. You want to find something which you both at least moderately enjoy and also has the capability to propel you into the upper class. This world generously rewards those who excel, those who are the winners. If you are the best at something, and it has to be something that people care about. Again, this is identifying where the money is. If you are the best boxer in the world, you will make at least tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. On the other hand, if you are the best, I don't know what the word for this is, I'm just going to describe it. You know those people who take like their finger and they put it around a wine glass and it makes a sound and there's different amounts of water in it and then you can have a bunch of these. Okay, some people are really good at this and maybe they'll make like a couple $100 from some YouTube videos, but they're not going to become decamillionaires or centimillionaires from doing this. It's not a useful way to spend your time. So even if you're the best in the world, you're not going to make any significant amount of money. So you have to be great, but you have to be great at something that people care about. The arithmetic of wealth. One of the fundamental skills on your journey to becoming wealthy, and in this case, a millionaire, is understanding precisely how much money you need to earn to reach your goal within a given period of time. When you start crunching the numbers, you might realize your current job may not provide the income potential required to become a millionaire. Or perhaps you aspire to become a millionaire in a shorter period of time, like 5 years. But your calculations project a longer timeline based upon your current income and say it'll take you 20 years or longer. I know not everyone loves math, but this arithmetic is simple enough for everyone to grasp. It might be a little more complex than 1 + 1, but it is not beyond the capabilities of a 12-year-old, so no complaining. I encourage you to consider different income levels and time ranges, as this will provide a broad perspective of the income required to become a millionaire. Clear, precise figures enhance your clarity, focus, and motivation. The aim here is to start relatively simply, and then we will add in a few considerations with each iteration. The end purpose is to help you understand how much money you need to be earning each year. To keep things simple, we will not discuss inflation, but in reality, particularly for the longer time horizons, you would need to factor in inflation, at least if you would like to maintain the purchasing power of $1 million today. Let us look at the simplest possible scenario to accumulate $1 million in savings. Save $1,000 per month for a whopping 83 years. That is longer than most people live. So probably not going to be enough money. Saving $2,000 per month for 42 years, that is about the entire length of someone's adult working career. $4,167 per month, or $50,000 per year for 20 years. $8,333 per month, or $100,000 per year for 10 years. $16,667 per month, or $200,000 per year for 5 years. Clearly, we can see saving $1,000 or $2,000 per month is not going to cut it. And we really probably do not want to wait 20 years before we can call ourselves a millionaire and be in the middle class. At that rate, nothing can go wrong. And even if everything goes right, we will have just enough money for a middle class retirement, assuming we start saving relatively young. So that doesn't sound particularly exciting. And even $4,000+ per month of savings just isn't enough. We need more money. Next step. Oh, those pesky taxes. The lower your income, the lower your tax liability. But a low income will obviously not make you wealthy. Your individual circumstances and location will determine your exact tax rate, but for argument's sake and to keep the math simple, let us assume that half of your income goes to taxes. Now, you need to double all of your numbers. Here are a few examples. Before taxes, earn $8,334,000 per month to retain after taxes $4,167 per month, which is $50,000 per year for 20 years. Earn $16,666 per month to retain after taxes $8,333 per month, or $100,000 per year for 10 years. Earn $33,332 per month to retain after taxes $16,667 per month, or $200,000 per year for 5 years. I went ahead and disregarded the lowest two earning points because we have established we need more money than that. These figures assume zero expenses, which obviously is not realistic. Now let us talk about how much you need to save after expenses are taken into consideration. As you earn more, your living expenses will likely increase, but they should represent a lower percentage of your overall income. Meaning, as you earn more, a higher percentage of your income should be saved. Everyone is different, but here are some numbers for people who would be considered relatively frugal at a given income. This means we cannot pull too much more from the expense category at that income. Before taxes and living expenses, earn $13,334 per month to retain $6,667 per month after taxes. Spend $2,500 per month on living expenses and save $4,167 per month, or $50,000 per year for 20 years. Earn $24,666 per month to retain $12,333 after taxes. Spend $4,000 per month on living expenses and save $8,333 per month, or $100,000 per year for 10 years. Earn $47,332 per month to retain $23,666 after taxes. Spend $7,000 per month on living expenses and save $16,666 per month, or $200,000 per year for 5 years. The first thing to notice is even when earning a substantial $13,334 per month, or $160,000 per year, and even with pretty conservative spending, it will still take 20 years to become a millionaire. This is why it is important to do the math. $160,000 per year sounds like a lot, but if your goal is to reach the upper class, it is not enough. It is just enough to be in the middle class, provided that things don't go wrong. This example demonstrates how extremely hard it is to save your way to wealth. There simply is not enough income. The problem is not the spending, it is the income. It is difficult, even at $160,000 per year. I mean, imagine trying to do this off of $80,000 per year or $40,000 per year. You cannot, not unless you get very lucky in the stock market. And I use the word luck intentionally, because if you are skilled enough to turn that little of money into millions, you should be a professional stock investor. It is very, very unlikely that a person with a full-time job, working full steam on their work, and then investing on the side is going to significantly beat what professionals can do. This illustrates why focusing on saving pennies and dollars should not be your focus. Pennies and dollars will never get you to true wealth. You must focus on and attain a higher income in the hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. This is the only way you will become wealthy in a reasonable period of time, meaning before you are old and senile. If you want to actually use and enjoy your money while you still have your health and the energy of youth, you need to be a high-income earner. And at that point, the pennies and dollars don't matter anyway. If you would like to become a millionaire in 5 years, assuming you have no savings currently, you need to earn roughly $568,000 per year. This is why, although I completely admire and respect school teachers, firefighters, and policemen, you cannot consider this as an occupation, at least if you want to become wealthy. They simply do not pay enough. Again, that is not to say anything else bad about them. We need people doing these occupations, and they are extremely important to our society. But they will not make you wealthy. To accept a job that has a limited pay cap similar to these is to accept middle class at best. You have to select from the set of jobs which have the capacity to earn you a lot of money. That is how we reach the upper class.